Hey guys and gals, Justin here with JHart Modelworks. So the Hakusuka is on hold again. We're waiting on the mail again. This is the kind of thing that kind of kills a build for me. I should be wrapping up the interior video and doing editing, and I haven't even started. In fact, I've spent the past couple of days doing test shots on color for the next build, which is exciting. I got some cool stuff going on that. But the seat backs are hollow and they're terrible. And it wouldn't be that bad if this was like a two-seat supercar where the seat just sits up against a bulkhead. But this is the front seats of a vehicle that you can clearly see the seats on. So I was going to fill them with some epoxy putty. So I went and grabbed my Milliput and opened up the box, only to find that my yellow and gray Milliput is not yellow or gray. It is a really nasty sewage-looking brown. So that got thrown out, and I ordered some Tamiya epoxy putty, which you don't get nearly enough in this little box. That was supposed to have been delivered on Thursday. It is now Tuesday, and it just showed up in the mail. The next issue to abound is the steering wheel, which in my opinion is absolutely horrible. Come on. You can do it. Focus. There you go. So I was going to paint it, the spines on it silver and just call it a day, but the details are horribly off. I mean, they're not even straight. The lines that are supposed to be carved in there run off the sides. It's generally, it's not good. I was going to carve it the way Chris, like CD Scale Models does, and just hollow those out, but I can't do that when they're running off the sides like that. So I have an order into Ted's Modeling Marketplace, which hopefully I will receive sometime soon, for a photo etch steering wheel set that just has the spines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that center off, and I'm going to cut the ring off and just replace the individual spines or arms with the photo etch piece whenever that gets here. Speaking of the mail, I got some goodies from ProTech. Charlie from ProTech Model Parts got with me, and he has sent me some awesome stuff for detailing the engine on the upcoming build, which I'm very excited about. But since it's pretty much a guarantee that I will not have my video out for the interior on Saturday, those of you who know me know that I typically post Saturday morning. For the most part, every Saturday morning I post a video. But there's just no way I'm making it with all the editing that's going to need to be done. So instead, Chris from CD Scale Models posted a video, Your Story Challenge, which is basically just asking guys to tell how they got into the hobby. Chris knows the story. I've told Chris this story before. Chris laughed his ass off. He'll probably laugh again. So I started building models as a teenager, but I don't count that as when I got into the hobby. They were very, very bad. None of them have survived to this day. We're talking, I tried painting bodies with the big tester's brush and that thick, nasty tester's paint. And just, it was like streaks. It was bad. So I don't really count that because, I mean, like I said, none of the models exist. And I really just was doing it for the sake of doing it. It was something to do. I wasn't into the hobby. So probably that stopped around 16. So later on, I get married when I'm 20. And every year is the same thing. My wife around Christmas or around my birthday says, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I say, "I don't know." And she says, "I need your list for Christmas." And I say, "I don't know." And she screams and she yells that I'm horrible to shop for, and she cannot stand Christmas shopping for me because she never knows what I want, and she's going to murder me. I'm married to a Scotch-Irish German redhead, so one of these days, if I don't post on a Saturday, she's probably murdered me. So what I started doing to appease this was I started just throughout the year. There's things you'll want and you can't afford them, so you just don't get them. I started putting those things on a list, and I keep it on my computer, this little text sheet. And there's a point to the story, I promise. I'm getting there, I promise. So I keep this little text file on my computer, and as I see stuff that I really want, I go ahead and I stick it on my list. And then come Christmas time or come my birthday, my wife says, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I send her my list, and there's no more threats of violence. So a few years ago, oh Lord, 5, maybe 6 years ago, it's Christmas time, money's tight, and I'm looking at my Christmas list because I know she's going to ask for it. She's going to ask for it pretty soon. And I'm looking at this list, and it's a couple of $100 hard drive, $500 or $600 NAS storage array, $200 or $300 video cards. It's all just expensive, and it's electronics, and and there's a couple of video games, but not many that I was really interested. No real movies, none of the cheap stuff that we could probably afford. Nothing like that. Everything on my list was expensive, ungodly expensive. So I'm like going, oh crap, what am I gonna do? We can't afford any of this. She's gonna be asking for my Christmas list. I know she's asking for it soon. So I got sent to Hobby Lobby for cross-stitch thread because my wife cross-stitches, and she doesn't do the tiny little pictures that God bless this home and the cute little heart. No, my wife does these pictures that take like 4 years to do, and they're incredibly intricate, and they're amazing. My wife does amazing work on these cross-stitches, these little bitty squares, and I'm like, holy crap. But periodically I get sent to Hobby Lobby for cross-stitch thread. She'll probably kill me for doing this, but it's in front of me. So this is one of the cross stitches that she's been working on for years now. Like, those are the little squares. Like, intricate, amazing stuff. Anyhow, so I'm being sent to Hobby Lobby for cross-stitch thread. And I'm browsing around Hobby Lobby for things to put on my list. And I run across the model kit aisle. I was like, hey, I used to do those when I was a kid. I mean, they're pretty cheap. This'll be, a simple, easy thing I can put on my list. And it'll all be fine. It'll be great. She can give me a couple of models. I'll spend $5 or $6 on some paint and some glue, and it'll be nice and cheap. Anyhow, so yeah, she got me 2 kits. She got me the Revell Cobra, and she got me also like one of the old 50s with the first edition Corvettes. And I got them, and I was excited because, hey, these were kind of fun. I remember them being kind of fun when I was a kid. And so I got it for Christmas, and I went after work to a Hobby Lobby, and I grabbed all the thick, nasty testers paint, because I didn't know at the time that Tamiya existed. Back in the day, it was testers. That's just all there was, with those little stupid square bottles of testers enamels that won't dry for 2 or 3 days. So when you touch the part, you leave thick fingerprints in this thick enamel paint. So I buy a whole bunch of these little squares of testers, just all the ones that are on the kit instructions. And oh, she also bought me that tester's airbrush thing, the one that comes with the can. And she was trying to be sweet, and I didn't know any better at the time either. So I mean, it's not like I had an airbrush on my list. She just picked it up because she thought it would be cool for me to use. So here I am watching a Don Yost video saying that you can thin Tester's metallics with lacquer thinner and spray them through an airbrush. He really meant through a real airbrush. I really don't know what I'm doing. I've got the thick, nasty tube of Tester's tube glue. I didn't know what Tamiya Extra Thin was. And I mixed metallic red with metallic black, trying to get a dark cherry red. And what I ended up with is chocolate poop brown metallic. And I sprayed myself some racing stripes, and I didn't know that you can't sand metallics, or at least you can't sand Tester's metallics, without messing up the metal flake. So the little silver stripes are not silver, they're gray. The only decal that survived is the license plate on the back. None of the glass made it into the kit alive. The windshield is broken. One of the little latch hooks broke in half. All the kit chrome is still kit chrome. The hood only hangs by one of the latch pins. I mean, the paint, even before the dust got to that clear coat and destroyed the clear coat, the paint was already nothing but orange peel. I shot it with that thick Tester's one coat lacquer, which is incredibly soft and just attracts dust like a magnet, and that dust settles into it and you can't ever get it shiny again. All in all, it turned out absolutely terrible, and I had an absolute blast making this absolute glue bomb. And I tried to build the Corvette, and it came out only fractionally better. I think the glass actually made it into the Corvette. That's probably about the only improvement. But yeah, I mean, it was fun, and I got into it, and I keep this around. I keep this absolutely horrible thing around to remind myself sometimes, yeah, none of these wheels move. These wheels are supposed to move. Ain't none of them moving because they all had to be glued into place. I mean, just the suspension parts aren't even glued in the right spot. These wheels aren't straight or flat. One of them is glued like that. I mean, it's an absolute bomb. But I keep it around to remind myself where I started. You know, there's days when I feel like I'm just doing absolute crap, and I sit down with this, and I remind myself, you know, you've come a long way. And then there's times when I think I am absolutely the shit, and I start getting all full of myself, Mr. I've got a YouTube channel building model cars, and sometimes I have to sit down and remind myself, you built this. Just remember, you built this, so don't get too full of yourself. So it's good. I think it's good to keep these around. Keep your first builds. You know, it's definitely good to just watch yourself progress. But that's my story. That is how I got into model cars. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Also, feel free to leave comments, feedback, critique, or anything else in the comment section below. I enjoy interacting with all my viewers in the comment section and try to reply to all the comments I receive. If you want to catch future videos, please consider subscribing to my channel and make sure you click the bell notification icon so you can be notified when I upload new videos. As always, thank you for watching, keep modeling, and have a great day.